What's going on, gamers? Suro here. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can get a secret weapon within the game, and it's actually a really great weapon. This is going to give you a huge buff if you can get it pretty early on. Now, this was meant to get a little bit later on in the game, but I'm going to show you a method that even if you're like level 30, you can just obtain this weapon, and it's going to give you a huge buff to your power. So I'm at level 58. It actually gives you 18 there. So if I didn't have this on, that would take me all the way down to 40. So good stuff there. Now to get into the stats of it, of course, we have the 18 gear level. We have 18.5 physical power, plus 25% physical damage to the undead. So this is going to make farming those skeletons and some of the harder enemies later on in the game that you have to deal with to get some of the gravestones and scorchstones, stuff like that. This is going to help you out a ton. Next, we have a plus 6 spell power and plus 5% spell critical strike chance. So beyond it having an awesome name and looking great, it's actually a really great weapon. I do recommend that if you could get this about mid-game, do it, just because it's such a great weapon and it has several attacks here. So we have this first attack, you kind of throw that out and it spins around. It can deal a lot of damage to the mobs. And then if you have a lot of enemies on you, you can just do this, twirl around, you do a good amount of damage and it'll knock them off you. So it is a great weapon overall. Now onto how to craft this. Over here at the smithy, you are going to have this, well, you won't have it yet. You are going to have to get this item to drop. And this is where I say it's like a secret weapon, is because it's not part of the linear progression path, the copper, the iron. This is something that's an RNG drop that you're going to have to get from a certain mini boss, and he is really difficult. So I'm going to show you how to defeat him without actually doing any damage yourself in just a minute. Now, getting down into the item requirements for it is you need 4 regular mist stones, 4 greater blood essence, 24 iron ingots, 16 planks, and 120 gem dust. So whenever you find these little gem veins, they're like rocks with like little spiky crystals on the bottom of them. You can break them and you get gems. Or if you want the easy way, you can head up north here to Bedrock Pass, and there are regular gem veins. This is what I did. I harvested about 10 of those rocks, and it gave me, I think, about 4 or 5 of those regular mist stones, and you only need 4. To break it, you are going to need iron quality items, so you do have to at least get up to the iron tier, or you can get somebody on the server. If you're playing on PvE, a lot of people just give you an iron weapon, and that'll help you out a ton. So once you get those gems, all your extra ones you could actually take to the Devourer. So let me head over here. You can craft this Devourer, and this is where you're going to get the gem dust. You can put some of these like this regular sapphire. If I salvaged it, it'll give me 16 gem dust. So that is one way that you can work your way up to the 120 gem dust requirement that you need. And then of course, lumber, you just put wood in the sawmill and it'll turn it into lumber. So that is the main things. And then lastly, we have, of course, the iron ingots, which you can farm up most of the top area of the map. You'll see regular nodes, but it's not very reliable. So you can head over here to the haunted iron mine, and there is tons of iron in there. So if you're a lower level, just zoom past these enemies here at the entrance and then harvest some stuff and then get out of there. And then lastly, the 4 greater blood essence. If you go to the boss over here, I think it's Tristan, the vampire hunter. Yeah, this guy right here. If you defeat him, he's level 46. He will make crafting greater blood essence a lot earlier. So I'm going to go over to my blood press. Of course, if you have the matching floor, that would be better. For the sake of this video, I just brought it in here. So once you unlock that, it'll give you this. You can spend just 200 of these blood essence, and it'll give you 1 of the greater blood essence. So that is a lot easier. If not, the only way you can make it if you haven't defeated Tristan is you will have to get 4 of these unsullied hearts, and that will craft 1. So you're going to need like 16 of these hearts, so that's going to take a while to craft that weapon if you don't have Tristan. So once again, if you're on a PvE server and you're pretty early, see if someone can help you beat it, and then you don't even have to do any damage to him. You can just hold F on him and take his V blood. So that is how you craft the item. Now, how do we get the item? Well, there are a couple methods to do it. You have to fight an undead commander. There's always one up here at the Church of the Damned, but this area is very difficult, and I don't recommend getting it that way. Instead, head over here to the haunted iron mine, and inside there you're going to see a boss, Meredith the archer something. She's got a bow. It's like a glowing gold. and there's also one of those undead commanders in there. So as you see here, they will actually almost always be fighting each other. So if you can sneak inside here and just kind of keep your distance, they will actually fight each other. And Meredith, like 9 times out of 10, she will beat him. And if not, if you're like level 20 or 30, you might be able to just finish him off or shoot some spells and defeat him. Now, once you actually kill him, he has a chance to drop this item here. And I will say the drop rate of this is very high. So I've gotten 3 of these. I've been on 3 different servers. And each time that I have killed him or had something else kill him, he has dropped it. I heard it's not a guaranteed drop, but like I said, I've had it 3 times. So it's got to be a very high drop rate. So you can just keep doing that often. If he dies and he didn't drop it, just come back after like 15 minutes and do the same thing again. So that is how you get this weapon. It is very cool. I recommend you, if you're like 20 or 30, try to head up there, sneak your way into the mine, and get this weapon. So it'll drop it, work your way up to iron tier, and then you will have a very nice weapon. But that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next one.